2.5 years ago, before I was a marketer, before I was an operator, I was an email copywriter. I was an email marketer for info product businesses. And that took me probably like my entire Saturday was spent probably from 8 a.m. through 4 p.m. just writing emails for all of my clients because I would write, I think, maybe about 3 emails per week for multiple clients at a time. And each email would probably take me anywhere from 40 minutes to probably just about an hour to make like an actually solid email, completely writing it from scratch. And I want to emphasize that was 2.5 years ago because there wasn't really much AI infrastructure built around email copywriting yet at that point. Now, in 2026, it's quite a bit different, and you can completely automate your email marketing, whether you have an info product business or whatever you sell. You're completely able to automate your email marketing process completely using Claude code and a bunch of files, which I'm going to give you for completely free in this video. So, um, this will basically make it so that your email copywriting time might go from 40 to 60 minutes manually writing each email down to about 5 minutes per maybe two emails and at the exact same quality of output as you yourself writing the email. So you've seen how you can get regular ChatGPT chats to simply write emails for you based on whatever context you give it, or similarly with a Claude chat. However, these emails are probably much lower quality than what you're able to actually produce. Plus, a regular ChatGPT chat or Claude chat cannot schedule those emails for you and do everything that you would do on your actual email software as well. However, using Claude Code, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fully automate the process. Everything from idea generation to writing the emails to drafting or scheduling the emails on your email software, all the way from A to Z is what I'm going to walk you through in this video. So make sure you are locked in for the next few minutes. I don't know exactly how long this video will be, but this will be incredibly valuable if you have any email marketing currently going on right now, or you want to start doing email marketing and you just have no time to actually write the email. So, first of all, what we're going to be using for this is what I have on my screen right now, anti-gravity. It's an IDE, which basically just means this is going to be the place where we're going to be viewing Claude code. And I highly recommend you use an IDE as well. I'm going to be using anti-gravity for this. You can use VS Code, you can use Cursor or something like that. I actually personally normally use VS Code for everything. Just for this tutorial, I'm going to use anti-gravity to keep everything separate. But first, just search on Google something like anti-gravity download or VS Code download, and make sure you have that on your computer. Then it'll take you to a screen like this. So if you have no experience with Claude Code, you have no files already set up, I'm going to show you your setup process, assuming you have absolutely no files on your current workspace. And then also, if you do have files on a workspace and maybe you're even familiar with Claude Code, or maybe you've used it a lot in the past and you already have an IDE and everything, then I'm going to show you that setup as well. And they're actually kind of the same setup, but obviously they look a little bit different. So I'm just going to show you how both of those work. So if you are starting from scratch, what you're going to do is first you're going to click the link in the description with it's going to be a Google Drive link, and it's going to have all the resources that you'll need for this email copywriting agent. And you're going to just download all of that. And then here's what you're going to do. So on your computer, you're going to create a new folder. This is could be just on your desktop. You're creating the folder. Maybe you put it in the documents folder in your file explorer. Maybe you put it somewhere else. It really does not matter. But then what you're going to do is you're going to open that folder. So I'm going to do that real quick and then show you what that looks like. So what I've created here in my documents folder is the email agent blank folder. And I'm just going to click on that and then click select folder. And then it will open this up. It'll be completely blank. I'm just going to say, yes, I trust the authors. and then I'm going to show you all the steps from here. And then if you already do have a folder, just start the tutorial at this point. Basically, obviously, you don't need to make a new folder. Once you've downloaded what's in that Google Drive, which will be this email copywriter zip folder, just make sure you extract that folder, and then you'll have all of these contents inside the folder here. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to Control A or Command A if you're on a Mac. You're going to copy this, and we're going to paste it inside the new folder that you just created. So now I'm in the email agent blank folder. I'm just going to click paste, and then now you'll see these files will also come right here. Now I have a few things I'm going to do. So first of all, for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to just be using the Claude Code extension on this IDE. I said this IDE, I'm using anti-gravity, but it's the exact same thing on VS Code or whatever. Just here, search Claude Code in the extensions. I'm just using that for simplicity's sake. This will be the exact same process if you're using Claude Code via the CLI on the terminal. It'll be the exact same thing. But for this, I'm just going to use the extension right here. Just click new session. And then I have the session right here. And then the second thing I'm going to do over here is have a Claude chat, which will be my consultant for this build. So if I have any issues, any errors, I'm going to ask this Claude chat instead of needing to scramble online or asking any Claude or ChatGPT chat, which has no idea what it's talking about. So in this file called consultant.md, I'm just going to click this, copy everything in there, either Control A or Command A, depending on if you're on Windows or Mac, paste it in there. I'm just going to send it. And then it will start to read that file and have full context of what we're building here. Hey, I'm here to help you set up the AI email copywriter. Let's get you up and running. First, have you already extracted the email copywriter zip file, and do you have the Claude Code workspace up and ready? Yes, I have extracted it. And basically, it will walk you through the entire process, which I'm also going to show you in this video, but it'll walk you through the entire process as well. Email software that is built into this function is Kit. If you use a different email software, I'm sure it can't be that hard to also integrate that. Just first set this up through the first few steps, and then simply just ask Claude Code. This is currently set for Kit. How can we make it set for whatever other software? And then I'm sure it'll be able to help you out. You'll probably just need to get the new APIs, and hopefully the APIs will allow you to broadcast emails strictly from the API. So yeah, Claude Code, check. Python, can you open a terminal and run Python version, Python 3 version? All right, let's do this one for Windows because I'm on a Windows. So I'm just going to put my mouse down here, scroll up on the terminal, and I'm just going to paste this, and it says I have the Python version there. Let's just say yes to all three, and then it will keep us going. And it's basically telling you to do what I already showed you how to do. Basically just extract the folder and then put the contents into here right on the surface level or the root level. You don't want to put it all, like you're not putting the entire email copywriter agent folder inside of here. You're putting the contents of that folder inside of here. So the consultant, prompts, and readme will be all on the surface level, like the root level of your folders, and then once you're done building it, you can move these files wherever you want. All right, now we are going to run prompt 0, which is just the setup, and then there will be other prompts. Prompt 1 is going to be setting up your actual profile so it can actually write decent emails, and then prompt 2 will be actually an example prompt of telling it to write emails for you. So you're going to open prompts.md. I'm just going to click on it, and then I'm just going to ignore all this, and then where it starts prompt 0, I see this 3 dashes here, which kind of marks this is the start. So I'm just going to copy everything here until it reaches this right above prompt 1a, and then I'm just going to paste it in here. Me personally, I'm going to put it on bypass permissions just because I don't want it to keep asking me to edit stuff. And how you can turn that on in the extension is clicking on extensions. You go to this one here, and then there's the settings button right here. You can click settings, and then you could turn on Claude Code allow dangerously skip permissions. And then I'm just going to send this right here, and then it'll just start the setup. So what you'll see, it will determine in this. So this prompt is when you'll run whether you already have a file set up already or you don't have any at all. Wait, I'm going to turn on bypass permissions. you'll see since I don't have the .claude or any of these files, it's creating them for me. If you already had these files, then it wouldn't create new ones for you. It would simply just amend whatever you have and just add to it, or make sure that it's going to be compatible. Really, after this, hopefully you don't even need to use the Claude Consultant chat. This is really just for troubleshooting anything. If you do get any errors, and we're just waiting for the Python scripts to install. And while you're doing that, assuming since we already told it you have the Kit account set up, if you don't have any email service provider at all, then I mean, make an account on Kit, assuming you have a list to actually send emails to. And if you already do have a Kit account, then you could hop on Kit while this was running. This is done now, but while that's running, and you could get the API, because what it's going to ask you to do now is replace the placeholder in API keys, which is the .env, with your real API keys for ConvertKit. So you can just click .env here. You'll see those placeholders for your v4 API key, v3, and your v3 secret. And I'm going to show you how to find these. So on Kit here, obviously I'm not going to show you my keys, but if you click developer on here, then you'll see big at the top, like create a v4 API key. So you can just tap that and then it'll give you a v4 key to copy. And then also beneath that, you'll see the v3 key and the v3 secret, I believe, on the side. And then what you'll do is you'll just paste those individually right into here. Now what I've just done is I've hopped over into a baseline Claude Code workspace, which was already made, where I also ran the exact same prompt 0, and you see it did all this stuff, except it already has many files, so it didn't create new .claude and all that stuff. It just amended what was already there. And then basically just to show you what will happen after this. So once you do put in those API keys, then you can type in the prompt number one. So if you, this will just depend on if you yourself are an operator or someone trying to automate your email marketing for clients, then you'll write prompt 1A. If you're doing it for yourself because you are the influencer, you are whatever, you're going to run prompt 1B. This basically just changes the wording of things, whether it's with clients or with you yourself. But what I did here is I ran prompt 1A for one of my clients, and then you can see right here, it'll start asking you questions. So it'll say, start with the basics, you put in the details, and then audience, voice, you just answer all of the questions that it gives here. And then it will be completely set up. You'll be completely done. And then here is the prompt number 2. Replaces variables with whatever you need. It looks like what I did is I just ran them with no variables actually replaced. So it just asked me the actual questions. And then see, it wrote an email. I just told it to make one email here. It looks pretty good. I just saw that in the text here where they have the link. It had these like it had this like weird HTML looking format thing around it. So I just had one flag. Will this load correctly onto the kit? And it said yes, and then asked for my approval to proceed putting it in kit as a draft. So I said proceed, and then it drafted it, and then I told it to schedule it for April 20th, 2026 at 6 a.m. Eastern time. I did revert it back after that, so it didn't actually schedule it, but that is exactly how it would work. And you would be at this exact same point, whether you currently already did have files in your workspace or if you were starting from completely zero following this tutorial. And you're already completely set up. That was the entire tutorial. It did not take that long at all. This is what the drafted email looked like. You'll be able to click on it in the Kit account. It'll be just in here, or if you told it to schedule it, then it would have scheduled it. Two things to be aware of. Number one, if you're telling it to schedule an email, then it will only be able to schedule it to a single tag, which means you can't say send it to these people minus these people or something like that. So, for example, if you're trying to send it to people who are on a wait list for your launch that you're doing, then you can't make the Claude code via the API send it to people who are on the wait list minus people who have applied. It has to only be one filter. So if you're trying to do something like that, you'll just have to draft them, and then you yourself would just have to actually put the filters on it and schedule it. But if you're only sending it to a certain tag, just tell it to schedule to whatever tag it is. Like you just tell it what tag to send it to, and then it will be able to schedule it perfectly fine. And other things to be aware of is when it puts in the emails here, it'll be in HTML format. It will not be in like natural language. Like even though it looks like natural language, if you actually click edit on here, it will look super confusing HTML format. So if you want to make major changes to it, you will just have to talk to the Claude Code and just say, I don't like this line. Can you replace it with this? And you'll be able to do it super easily. Or if there's literally just a one word or one sentence difference, you could just go in here. Let's say I don't like the words, or you're planning to go tomorrow. I'm just going to go in here. I would probably click Control F, or your planning, and then I'll find um, where that is in the file here. Or okay, looks like it didn't show up because the apostrophe doesn't show up there, but I'll say or you, and then I found it here, or you're planning to go tomorrow, so I'm just gonna backspace that and then click save, and then you'll see it's gone completely fine. And it makes it a little trickier than just editing it like automatically here, but these are pretty good quality emails, to the point where you probably won't need to edit them at all. So I'm not too worried about that personally. So yeah, again, if you were just watching this tutorial and not actually following along with me, then make sure you download from the Google Drive link in the description the email copywriter agent files that you can put into your um, Claude Code workspace, so you can actually follow along here. You're gonna have to rewatch this video to follow along probably, but it also is really, really simple, and the Claude Consultant prompt will just be able to guide you through the entire process. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in learning more about AI, how to automate um, things, other things in terms of marketing, in terms of making funnels and landing pages and all of that. If you're an operator yourself who's making at least a little bit of money, probably not completely at zero, just click the link in the description to send me a DM on Instagram, and then I will see if I can help you out. Just yeah, send me the word AI or something like that, and then I'll know what you're talking about here. And yeah, that's about the end of the video. If you like videos like this, then make sure to subscribe to this channel. I plan on making many more AI operating marketing videos. And if you found this valuable, give it a like and maybe drop a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.